Welcome back. So I have something a little bit different today because it's a little diversion from the normal PC that I've been putting together for so long. And what it is basically revisiting my childhood. And growing up, there was one player I collected consistently in those early years, and that was Phillies Hall of Fame third baseman Mike Schmidt. Now, I never really had a ton of his cards slabbed. I was very much a raw collector growing up, and I had a rookie prior to recently. I did have a rookie in a PSA 4, which I sold to finance other things you will see. I also had a 74 tops in a PSA 6, a 76 tops in a PSA 4, a 1980 tops in a PSA 8, a card that I very vividly remember, 1990 Upper Deck retirement card in an old PSA 9. And that's basically what I had. That and, again, a rookie in a PSA 4. Those are the only slabs I had, about 2 months ago. And I had all of his cards raw. I had some very obscure ones. Old school collecting, before eBay was a thing, picking up things, here and there locally, whenever we went somewhere, etc. But lately, the last 2 months, I made the decision that, you know what? He's not a very expensive Hall of Famer. He's got a lot of cards in the junk wax era. I'm curious to see if I can just do a player run of his. So this was kind of the adventure into the player run. Basically, just sticking with tops, a few things here and there as well. But the main goal was just to get the tops run done of the main cards. All-Stars, League Leaders, those are potentially later, but just do the main cards. Now, during this adventure, I did pick up a few other things. So I'm going to go through some big items, and then we'll get to the the 2 stacks of slabs for the regular cards. First off is a 1985 Phillies Tasty Cake photo set, still sealed. So in there you have Schmidt, Carlton, and Darren Dalton rookie, bunch of other players from that team, as well as managers and coaches. Next up, I thought this was interesting, and it was cheap. There's a bar tab signed on the back by Schmidt. So obviously someone ran into him in a bar, and it is JSA authenticated. But that was an interesting kind of offbeat type of thing. And honestly, bar tabs like this, the handwritten ones, we don't see anymore. So it is kind of a piece of the times, if you will. Found this for very inexpensive. Jiffy Pop 1988 disc. It is in a PSA 7. I should probably move some stuff over so I can slide these back. Get a better view here. And those of us of a certain age remember these. 1989 Topps Baseball Talk. Giant record cards. This one's a PSA 6. Also picked up some very, very unique ones. This is 1988 Fantastic Sam's Discs Square Proof in a PSA 6. So it still has all the info from it, but it is a proof card. And this one I'm going to have to hold. It's a 1982 Squirt panel with George Brett and Mike Schmidt. And it is a PSA 9. And 77 to 79 Sportscaster or the Wrigley Marathon in a PSA 4. '81 Topps Super photo in PSA 5. Last of the big ones is the bottom of the box panel from '89. 4 Hall of Famers, Rice, Ripken, Ryan, and Schmidt. And the box is folded right behind it. So those are the big cards, or the large cards, I should say. For the smaller ones, I did find a couple of good deals on some more expensive ones, which I'll show first because they're rookies. Everything else, I think, was at the very most $30. So $30 cap on everything else. There's a lot of stuff that was $10, maybe 15, but $30 was kind of the limit on everything else. So starting off with a 1973 Topps rookie card and a PSA 3. This is the one I'll probably hold on to and keep in the run. I do have a duplicate as well. 73 Topps Schmidt rookie and an SGC 4. So this one will probably go up for sale. I'll keep the 3 as part of the run. Company I'm just growing increasingly impressed with. Their slabs. There's CSG. There's the 75 and a 6.5. And then there's the 76 and a 5.5. And I couldn't pass up a deal on 76 and a BVG 7. Definitely a scratched up case, but it's still, the card's still fine inside. Then we have 77 Topps and a PSA 7. 78 Topps and a 6.5. So not going for like crazy grades, but some really nice grades on these. 79 Topps and a 7. '79 Burger King and a 7. Basically the way you tell the difference, because they're going to be the same on front, just for reference here. So Burger King is obviously a smaller set, so it's number 16. Regular set is number 610. So very easy way to distinguish between the two. Then I already had the 80 in a very, very nice grade. So I got an 81 and an 8. Also found an 81 and an 8.5. And we have an 81 Coca-Cola and a 9. Now most of these cards are buy it now, or in this case, best offer. Some of them were auction wins though. So there's an 82 Topps off center. Should be miscut, honestly. PSA 8. But that's okay. There's a slightly better example, even though it's a lower grade, and a 6. And we have the same with the 82 set, Topps in action, and a 6. And we have an all-star and 8. Now the nice thing with this one, this was actually a free card. Because what happened was I actually purchased this card from a seller. And to their credit, they accidentally sent this one. And when I contacted them, then they just said, keep this one and I'll send you this one. So thank you to that seller for the little bonus in my Schmidt run. And we have an 83 and a 7. We have an 84 and an 8. 84 All-Star in a 6. An 84 Fleer in a 9. Another opportunity for one you don't see. 85 Fun Food Buttons, cardboard proof, authentic. So proofs obviously going to be very low population and very hard to find. 85 and an 8. 86 and a 7. 87 and a 7. And this is a fun one because I remember the coins growing up. This is a 1987 Topps Coins square metal proof. I believe there's 3 different proofs of this coin that's recognized by PSA. So I actually have one of those now. So I just thought it was an interesting kind of side addition. 88 and a 6. 89 and a CSG 10. Wasn't expecting a 10 on that one, but. And then 1990 Donruss and an 8. So it's got full stats on the back. So another one of the nice retirement cards. And then to round things off, I found a few errors. Well, this is the regular Schmidt card. And this is a Schmidt card with a Wally Backman back. And then this one has an Ozzie Smith front, but a Mike Schmidt All-Star on the back, which that card should look like this. But then there's the Mike Schmidt front with the Ozzie Smith back. So, a little interesting kind of combo. And then the last Schmidt piece is another auto. This one went for like 20 bucks at auction. Maybe, I think it was, to be exact, I think it was $22 at auction. But a 1992 classic best. It's the Mike Schmidt auto. And those are numbered out of 4,100. So, I was happy to find one of these. Another one I remember being one of those early days chase cards. But I just thought it was a fun little project to do, kind of revisit my childhood, some of the cards I remember. You know, the main player that I collected growing up. And again, I probably have 400, 500 different Schmidt cards, all raw. Multiple autos, relics, all those I'm going to be selling. This will be how I remember my childhood, is through these slabs. I'll pick a few here and there out of kind of the existing cards I had from my childhood, but you know, it's just too bulky. I'd rather have this nice, concise collection, and I might here and there add 1 or 2. Again, 80s slabs. You know, I'm not looking for 10s. I'm happy with a 7 or 8. If it looks good for the Schmidt collection, and those I can pick up for $8, $10, maybe $15. So I'm very happy with putting this collection together. And again, just to reminisce of, you know, my childhood collecting years before I really started getting narrowed down, especially lately. You know, I have a nice little Schmidt run that I can look back on and remember seeking out those cards. Maybe not that exact card, but those cards in general, that image, that year, and just the excitement. I can remember finding those in different boxes or pulling them from packs when it comes to late 80s stuff. And yeah, that was my collection. That was my collecting growing up. So it's been nice kind of revisiting it in a very, very inexpensive manner. Again, with the exception of the two rookies, none of the items you saw that I showed you was over $30. None of them. A lot of these slabs were, 10 bucks, 15 bucks. And it's not just finding deals that are listed and just paying what they ask, but it's finding those listings that maybe are $25, all for 15. I know it sounds crazy, but especially with cards that are incredibly mass produced in the 80s, you can get good deals on them, even slabbed. So that's what I got for you. Something a little bit different this time around. And until next time, please remember to collect what you enjoy what you collect, and don't let anybody, especially the market or a YouTuber, dictate that to you. And most importantly, have fun. And have fun by being active in this community. So find your way of participating, whether it's making videos, watching, commenting, going to live streams, group chats, going to LCS or the local card show, or simply talking about the hobby with family and friends. The more you put into it, the more you'll get out of it. The more you'll learn, the more your PC will grow, the more people you'll meet, and the more fantastic friendships you'll form. So I thank you very much for joining me. Hope to see you again. Have a good one, and bye for now.